Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk about Arcane Cataclysm, and we're going to talk about using the Lumineth Realm Lords half of that box set in Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry. In the video, we're going to go through the box set contents along with some Lumineth Realm Lord basics for Warcry. We're going to take a look at each of the unit and how they work on the tabletop before showing you a warband using miniatures exclusively from this box set as the core for your force, as the only models that will be in that force at the end, so you can grab this box set and have a Warcry warband on the table straight away. With that all said, let's talk about what's in the box. To begin with, you get a Scenario Enlightener, which is a brand new leader option for the Lumineth Realm Lords, and you can use this in Warcry. It does have rules in the download section of the Warhammer community website. Go under the Warcry header and you'll find all the downloads for the Lumineth Realm Lords there. Now, we've also got 10 Venari Aurelian Sentinels, 5 Dawn Riders, and 5 Venari Blade Lords. A good mix of cavalry, some combat, and some ranged power. Now, the Lumineth Realm Lords basics, they are a defensive focused force. They heavily rely on their fighters working together to take down their foes, generally relying on, fighters sticking near each other and having certain pieces in your force as lone killers around those sort of central cores of two or three fighters working in tandem. Now, they have a variety of different core troops that generally will make up the center of your force and your warband, and you'll find the pieces that sort of fit around them generally aren't going to be these sort of core pieces. You've got a cool reaction that potentially turns critical hits from ranged attacks targeting your fighters as well into regular hits, which is really nice. So with that all said, let's go take a look at all the different pieces in the warband. And so first of all, we have the Scenario Enlightener. Now, this model is a 140 renown, which is pretty solidly cheap for a decent wizard character. We have that 3 to 12 inch range attack for a wizard, 4 attacks, strength 4, 1-3 on the damage, and then 3 attacks at strength 3, 2-4 on the damage in melee as well. Now, pretty basic sort of elf wizard hero defense here with 3 and 18 inch wounds. However, the interesting thing with the Scenario Enlightener is we've got no special rune mark abilities available to them. In fact, the only ability we can use with the Enlightener is the Blinding Brilliance ability. So this gives us, a decent ranged damage output available to us, along with, a survivable sort of hero model. Can be really good as a nice, tough one of our objective grabbers or treasure capturers and carriers for the warband. Able to, affect the battlefield while carrying treasure is really cool for this model. We then have the Venari Aurelian Sentinels. Now, they are 90 points for either a regular Sentinel or the High Sentinel. Now, the regular Sentinels are pretty long-range archers with a nice 15-inch range, 2 shots, strength 3 at 1-3. The High Sentinel does not get a ranged attack, though. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Now, all of the models in these fighters here can use the Shining Company ability. This is a really cool double ability you can use. This makes enemies attacking the model while there are 2 other friendly warrior rune mark models within 1 inch have -1 attack. Now, both the Dawn Riders and the Blade Lords, and of course already the Sentinels here, have this rune mark available to them, which means you can use them in nice little combinations. On top of this, we have the High Sentinel who can use the Sharp-Eyed Skyhawk ability, which I think is really fun for a triple, and this will allow you to pick an enemy fighter within 20 inch of this model, and then you add one to any of the model's attacks that target that fighter for the rest of the round. Pretty cool stuff being able to, pick on someone and go, I want that thing to get shot up, and then your other Sentinels will get an extra shot at that model. Moving on, we have 160 points for a Venari Dawn Rider, or 205 points for a Steedmaster, which is the unit champion option. Now we have a defense of 4 and rather 18 wounds for the regular Dawn Rider, or an extra couple of wounds at 22 wounds for the Steedmaster. Regardless, we have that nice 10-inch movement and access to Shining Company. The Steedmaster will have the leader rune mark, giving them access to all the leader abilities we'll need to be able to use. And then we have the cool Lances of the Dawn ability, which is a triple which all of the Dawn Riders can use, including the Stormmaster, where we get a triple here. Whatever the value of that triple is, we can do damage to an enemy fighter when a Venari Dawn Rider ends a move within 1 inch of them. Pretty cool way to do some extra damage to enemy fighters. They're also, quite quite tough. They do add a little bit different to everything else that we have inside this box set for the Dawn Riders, giving us a cool cavalry model. Really good at carrying treasure with cavalry. You know, the minus movement for carrying treasure is not going to affect them too much. And cavalry definitely got a boost being able to climb stairs and stuff like that now in the new edition. And lastly, we have the Venari Blade Lords. Now, they are 110 points for a regular Blade Lord, or 185 points for the Essential of the Champion option for the unit. Now, we do get access to the Shining Company like the rest of the units in this, and we got pretty solid damage output on either variation. The Essential is going to have a nice 4 attacks, strength 4, 2, 5 on its damage. Meanwhile, we'll then get the 3 attacks rather on the regular Blade Lords instead of the 4. Now, 12 wounds, toughness 3 is pretty nice on your Blade Lords as well. And the Essential is going to be slightly tougher with 16 wounds. Now, we get access to the quad ability called Perfect Strike as well, where we get to make a bonus attack action with the fighter. And in addition, we add the value of this ability to any critical hits that end up coming from that particular bonus attack action. I really like that this is a bonus attack and doesn't attach onto an attack already. It really does make this ability really, really powerful. We get like 3 attack rounds if someone is foolish enough to go into your fighter. Really cool stuff available to the Venari Blade Lords here. And so let's look at how we can build a warband of all these different fighters. And so here we have a little sample warband for you at the end of the video. Now, obviously playing Lumineth Realm Lords. Now, we've gone for the full 3 leaders we're allowed to in the new edition of Warcry. Now, we're taking the Steedmaster. He will be our warband's champion. He's just harder to kill. Generally, and especially in more narrative play scenarios, there's a lot of ways that champions are much more important in some scenarios. So definitely having your toughest model as your champion is a really solid shout. We then have the Scenario Enlightener in there, giving us some good range damage in top of being, you know, a nice solo operative. And then we have the highest Sentinel. I really like that ability. I think it is the leader option that's going to give us, you know, the only unique leader ability. We've obviously already got the abilities for the Steedmaster and the Blade Lords. They already come on the regular troops as well. So then we've got 2 Venari Aurelin Sentinels, 2 Venari Blade Lords, and another Venari Dawn Rider. Generally, the Dawn Riders will be, you know, working together outfield, and the Scenario Enlightener as well. Meanwhile, we've got our Sentinels, Blade Lords, and the High Sentinel there, which can work nicely together as a nice little unit to keep the center of our force and any objectives we want to near them nice and under our control. If you've got any thoughts about Lumineth Realm Lords in Warcry, if you've got some plans for them, let us know down in the comments below. That's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, drop us a comment down below in the comment section and let us know what you enjoyed about the video and what you'd like to see more of on the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here we have at Sinful Gaming, you can do so on our Discord server, which is linked in the video's description. Also linked in the video's description is our Patreon and YouTube members where you can go to help support the channel and allow us to keep doing what we're doing. As a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Greenskins Gaming, Kenny Lauer, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek, and Giappy390, and to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, and Monty's Tabletop Terrain. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Thank you all for watching. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now, everyone.